This is a new deep dive from AI Unraveled, produced by Etienne Newman, who's a senior software engineer and a passionate soccer dad up in Canada.
That's right.
And look, if you're finding these explorations into the world of artificial intelligence valuable, please do take just a moment to like and subscribe to the podcast on Apple.
Yeah, it really does help us reach more curious minds out there.
It absolutely does. Okay, so let's unpack what's been happening. We've got a really interesting mix of developments today, all dated April 30th, 2025. Gives us a good snapshot.
It really does. It feels like AI's influence is just, well, it's spreading everywhere, isn't it? From how we build software right through to, health and disease.
Yeah, let's start there with software development. Microsoft's CEO, Satya Nadella, was at Meta's LlamaCon.
Right, and he shared some pretty significant numbers.
He did. He estimated that AI is now writing somewhere between, 20 to 30% of Microsoft's code. That's a lot.
It really is, especially when you think about the scale of Microsoft. And he specifically mentioned AI tools like GitHub Copilot.
Yeah, the AI coding assistant.
Exactly. Being particularly good at generating new code, especially in languages like Python, he highlighted.
So this points to a pretty major shift, wouldn't you say, in just how software gets made?
Oh, absolutely. And we saw another report that hinted that on GitHub overall, the percentage might be even higher in some contexts.
Right. And Nadella apparently compared their numbers to what Google's seeing internally. So it sounds like this isn't just a Microsoft thing.
No, it seems industry-wide among the big players. But he did add a note of caution, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He said we shouldn't expect massive productivity boosts overnight. He compared it to electricity, saying that kind of transformation takes time.
Which is a really important point. It makes you wonder, okay, what kind of code is AI writing? Is it the repetitive stuff, the boilerplate?
Freeing up humans for the harder problems.
Or is it tackling more complex logic now? And, longer term, what does this mean for developers? For code quality, security, lots of questions.
Definitely. The role of the human developer is clearly evolving. Okay, shifting gears a bit, but still on the theme of AI capabilities. Let's talk accessibility. Meta's made a big move with Llama 3.
Yeah, a broad release of their Llama 3 models.
Yeah.
This is really about getting these powerful tools into more hands.
How are they doing that? Through APIs, right?
Exactly. Making them accessible via APIs on all the major cloud platforms, AWS, Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure, plus places like Hugging Face, and direct APIs too.
So developers can just plug into these advanced models much more easily now.
Pretty much. And Meta didn't stop there. They also launched their own AI assistant, Meta AI.
Powered by Llama 3, integrated across their whole ecosystem, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp.
Messenger, even a standalone website. Yeah, they're positioning it directly against things like ChatGPT.
What makes it stand out? Anything specific?
Well, they're talking about learning user preferences with permission, of course, using profile info for better context, plus voice interaction, image generation, even a social discover feed, trying to make it very versatile.
And they're offering a free preview of the API for developers, too.
A limited one, yeah, for their Llama 4 Scout and Maverick models. Plus, new security tools like Llama Guard 4 and Llama Firewall.
It really feels like a push to empower developers, foster competition. Mark Zuckerberg was on the DoorKish podcast recently talking about open source.
Yeah.
This seems to fit that strategy.
Absolutely. It's about getting sophisticated AI out there, making it more accessible to, billions, potentially, stimulating innovation.
Okay, so Meta's making big models accessible. On the flip side, OpenAI is thinking about efficiency, it seems. They've introduced GPT-4o Mini.
That's right. A faster, more cost-effective version of their main GPT-4o model.
Why? What's the use case?
Well, think about applications where speed, latency, or just the cost per query really matters. Maybe simpler chatbots, text classification, that kind of thing.
And it integrates the same way as the bigger models, through the standard API.
Yeah, uses the same OpenAI API endpoints. They've made it pretty straightforward. You get your API key, set up your environment. They even suggest using Google Colab, which is handy, install the library, and just specify the O4 mini model in your call.
So this basically lowers the barrier to entry, right? For developers or businesses who maybe found the full GPT-4o a bit too much, either technically or financially.
Exactly. Makes powerful language AI accessible for more use cases where maybe cost or speed were blockers before.
Now, speaking of developing skills and staying ahead, this seems like a good moment to mention Etienne Newman's AI-powered Djamgatech app,
Ah, yes.
If you, the listener, are looking to not just to understand this stuff, but actually master skills for certifications,
Like that.
cloud, cybersecurity, healthcare, business,
Really in-demand area.
totally. Djamgatech is packed with resources. We're talking practice questions, mind maps, quizzes, flashcards, even labs and simulations. It covers over 50 different certifications.
So it really helps you get hands-on and prepare properly.
Exactly. It's designed to help you understand complex topics and ace those exams. Definitely worth checking out if you're looking to boost your tech credentials.
Okay, so moving on from developer tools, AI is also making waves in, well, a very different field, health. Specifically, Alzheimer's research.
Yeah, this was fascinating. Research using AI to analyze huge genetic data sets.
Looking for links between what they call non-coding DNA, the parts that don't directly build proteins, and Alzheimer's risk.
Stuff that's hard to spot with traditional methods, right? The sheer volume of data.
Exactly. AI can detect these really subtle patterns in that complexity. It's like finding clues in parts of the genetic manual we didn't fully understand before.
That's a good way to put it. And they also found something using AI imaging, didn't they? About a specific protein.
Yes, a protein called PHGDH. The AI analysis suggested it interferes with brain cell functions in a way that could lead to early Alzheimer's signs. Apparently, this was missed by standard lab techniques.
Wow. But the really hopeful part is what came next.
Right. They found an existing compound, NCT503. In mouse trials, it seemed to stop that harmful protein behavior without stopping its normal job, and the mice actually showed improvements.
Improvements in memory and anxiety symptoms, the report said, and the potential for a pill-based treatment. That would be huge.
Absolutely huge. It just highlights AI's power to process this incredibly complex biological data, uncover disease mechanisms, and potentially point towards new treatments. A really promising avenue.
Incredible potential there. Okay, now let's talk about interacting with AI. Seems OpenAI had a bit of a personality issue with GPT-4o.
Yeah, a bit of fine-tuning needed, it seems. Users reported that a recent update made the model feel, well, a bit overly agreeable, maybe too complimentary.
Sycophantic was a word I saw used.
Right. Felt unnatural to some users. So OpenAI CEO Sam Altman acknowledged it, said it was glazing too much, which is an interesting phrase.
Oh, yeah. And they've rolled back that update?
They have for free users, and it's in progress for paid subscribers. They're planning further refinements, too.
What's the key takeaway here, do you think?
It really shows how delicate tuning these AI personalities is and how crucial user feedback is.
Yeah.
It's not just about raw capability. It's about making the interaction feel helpful and, well, normal.
Makes sense. Now, speaking of integrating AI carefully, Wikipedia has plans too.
Yes, using AI tools to support their human volunteers over the next 3 years.
Support, not replace, right? That seems key.
Absolutely key. They were very clear. AI won't be writing or editing articles. That core human role stays.
So what will the AI do?
Things like improving search, helping find reliable sources, maybe detecting vandalism faster, assisting with translations, basically automating some of the more tedious tasks.
Trying to make the volunteers' jobs easier, improve the user experience, but keep that human oversight and quality control.
Exactly. It seems like a very considered, pragmatic approach to leveraging AI within their existing, very successful human-driven model.
Interesting. Okay, one more major area. Autonomous vehicles. Waymo and Toyota are deepening their partnership.
They are. And the focus is shifting towards personal autonomous vehicles.
So not just the robo-taxis Waymo currently runs using Toyota Siennas.
Right. This is about integrating the Waymo driver system into Toyota vehicles that potentially you or I could own someday, or maybe for new mobility services beyond robotaxis.
That sounds complicated. Developing self-driving tech for consumers seems like a bigger challenge than a controlled taxi fleet.
Oh, it definitely is. Many more variables, different driving environments, user expectations. It's a big leap.
So what could this lead to? Toyota building cars with Waymo tech inside.
That seems to be the goal. It might even mean Toyota scales back some of its own internal autonomous projects, potentially. Maybe starting with advanced driver assist features on highways first, powered by Waymo.
So the significance, could this speed up the arrival of personal self-driving cars?
It certainly could. It adds Waymo's significant expertise to Toyota's massive manufacturing scale. It definitely intensifies the competition in the AV space.
Feels like that future is inching closer. Okay, we also saw a few other quick hits this week, didn't we?
Yeah, a flurry of smaller announcements. Elon Musk tweeting about Grok 3.5 launching soon for Super Grok users, claiming it's better for technical questions.
Rocket engines and electrochemistry, I think he mentioned.
Ambitious claims. Then Sam Altman confirmed the GPT-4 rollback was happening and more findings would come later in the week.
MasterCard announced something called Agent Pay, an AI payments program with Microsoft.
Yep, and Yelp is testing AI too, an AI voice agent for restaurants to handle phone calls.
And potential shifts in U.S. AI chip export controls under a possible Trump administration, moving away from tiers to specific country licensing.
That could be significant if it happens. Oh, and Google's audio overviews for podcasts, that AI-generated summary feature is expanding to over 50 languages.
Wow, it really is nonstop, isn't it? So much happening.
Truly is. Hard to keep up sometimes.
Okay, so let's try and summarize the key takeaways from this deep dive. We've seen AI digging deeper into code creation,
Raising those crucial ethical questions with things like the Reddit experiment.
making powerful models like Llama 3 way more accessible,
Showing huge potential in accelerating scientific discovery, like with Alzheimer's.
constantly refining how AI interacts with us based on feedback.
And being thoughtfully integrated into established platforms like Wikipedia and even the cars we might drive.
We really hope this overview has given you, our listener, a clear and hopefully engaging picture of some key AI movements this week. Our aim is always to help you make sense of this fast-moving field.
So what jumped out at you from all this? Was it the coding aspect, the ethical concerns, the health breakthroughs, the accessibility?
Or maybe the implications for industries like transport. We'd genuinely love to hear what you think. And remember, if you want to take your own tech understanding and skills to the next level,
Especially if you're eyeing certifications in cloud, cybersecurity, AI, business.
definitely check out Etienne Newman's AI-powered Djamgatech app. It's got PBQs, mind maps, quizzes, flashcards, labs, simulations, everything to help you master those in-demand skills. A really great resource.
So a final thought, perhaps. Considering how fast things are moving and thinking about the ethics and usability concerns we touched on, how do you see AI really weaving itself into your daily life in the next few years?
What possibilities excite you, and what challenges do you see ahead? Something to ponder.
Definitely.
Thanks for diving deep with us. Until next time.